Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to day 4 of What's in Our Spiritual Toolbox. And today it feels absolutely perfect and divinely timed to share about working with the moon and the moon cycles in our life. Because today, at the time that this video will go live, we will be having our annual full moon in Virgo. And so this is, the moon really guides us. And the moon is representative of the divine feminine aspect, and many cultures call the moon grandmother moon. And there are many gatherings of women of the sisterhood around the cycles of the moon. So, we have a full moon every 29 days. And in a true lunar year, there are 13 cycles of the moon. 13 is the number of the divine feminine, although we have been conditioned to believe that it's a number of bad luck. This is just, in my opinion, another way to keep the sacred feminine down or in her place. And her place is actually an elevated place within the consciousness and within the collective of societies worldwide. And it is time for us, women, to remember this. It's also interesting to note that a female's menses is called her moonflow. And so this is a clear indication of how closely connected to the energy of the moon we are. It controls the tides on the planet. We are 75% at least of water. And so, of course, we are affected. It's like lunacy. So there is a huge connection to the moon, and we can work with this energy to our advantage when we become connected to the rhythms and cycles of the moon. It helps us to become more in tune to the rhythms and cycles within our own human experience, and particularly as women, because women bleed on a monthly basis. So there's a cycle that is very easy for us to connect with when we are in that stage of our life. The moon represents the divine feminine, or the shadow side of things, that which is hidden. And the shadow we will delve into that at a later date, but the shadow is a really key component of our healing journey and of our remembering who we truly are. So generally with the moon cycle, so there's 3 days a month when we don't see the moon in the sky. It's called the dark moon or the new moon. And so when the moon is new, we will not see it in the sky. And at the time of the new moon, this is a great time for setting intentions, planting seeds of what we will nurture over the coming 29-day cycle. And so new moons have generally been the time where we set intentions of what we would like to bring into our experience. And then we work to nurture them. We begin seeing the moon on day 3 again in the sky. And during the time until it reaches fullness, this is the waxing stage of the moon. So waxing to fullness. And it's such a beautiful representation. Like if we think of the moon in connection with our womb space, as a woman is bringing a new life into the world, her body is waxing to fullness until again she gives birth and things start to go back. So during the waxing phase, it's a very active time for us, nurturing those seeds we have planted, implementing and solidifying new habits in our daily routines that support the seeds that we have planted. And then at the time of the full moon, it is a time of illumination. All is revealed at this time, and it is a time of clearing and letting go. So with the full moon, there's often clearing ceremonies and rituals. Release, that's the word I was looking for, not clearing, releasing. I had written it down. So what are we going to release? What are we going to release into the world? What are we going to release from our experience? Those things that have us feeling burdened or held back, tied down. This is a time to let go. And so we can work with the energy of the moon, creating ceremonies around letting go, and working with fire is a great way to release things. So writing things down perhaps and then burning them at the time of the full moon is very supportive. What else? The moon is all about the sacred feminine wisdom. And so, as women, it feels like a part of our role, and in fact, our responsibility at this time, is through our inner journey with our own moon cycles, really reestablishing connection to the sacred feminine and the sacred feminine wisdom, and through our experience bringing this, illuminating this into the world, bringing this into to the light again. And it's like that divine feminine principle of God that has been missing from the collective teaching or conditioning. And this is a really important time that we as women begin to seed with consciousness our intentions, to take conscious action upon those intentions, and so that we are a beacon of this illumination, this fertility, this power of the sacred feminine. So at this time, whenever you connect with this video, I trust that it will support aligning you and connecting you again with the beautiful, supporting, loving energy of Grandmother Moon, and bringing that energy into your life and working with it on a secular basis, the 29-day cycle. I believe I had shared something. Let me just see if I can grab my phone, and because there was something I came across a few weeks ago, which I'm just being reminded of now. So just give me a second to grab my phone. And see if I can find this for you, because I thought it was very beautiful. And today is going to be short and sweet like that. And I trust that you will be working with the energy. Okay, so here we go. This is so beautiful. And it's speaking about the 13 moon cycles in a year. The womb has 13 menstruations a year. The womb ovulates on the 13th day. So life is created within the 13 portal, and it's that divine feminine spiral. For thousands of years in many cultures, priestesses of the sacred rose have sat in circles of 12, with the 13th being the teacher guide. The womb is the sacred rose. Every woman holds the sacred rose. In 1487, Heinrich Kramer labeled this divine feminine energy as witchcraft. Nonsense, heresy, and evil. 13, power number of creation and life itself, the number of the womb, became the sign of the devil and an unlucky energy, which is complete BS. And we are here to remember that. We are here to restore righteousness at this time through our spiritual practices, through our spiritual awakening, through our healing journey. Hatred for the divine feminine power took to extreme lengths, so that very many women were murdered, tortured, and burned at the stake for simply being the sacred feminine. And this is how powerful we are. And this is what we are here to remember through the journey of healing the sacred heart that beats within us all. Now we reverse this. We reclaim our sacred power. We are not men, we are women. We are wombs. We bleed in cycles and we honor and celebrate this. We do rest. We do listen. We do honor that what the womb wants. We awaken together. We reclaim the 13. We reclaim our sacred womb spaces, whether we have had our wombs removed or not. All women have womb spaces. We remember the beauty and power of our sacred rose. We listen within as she rises. She will tell us what she wants. Let her guide you. How will you bring back her power within you? Together, we are now re entering a time of the sacred rose. And the author of that was Ishtara Rose. And that is so beautiful. And so, as women who do bleed on a regular basis, it's really important for you. And this is a great spiritual practice. And one of the tools that we can have in our toolbox is working with our moon flow. And I would encourage you to begin working with a cup of some sort, whether it's a diva cup or a moon cup, whatever the brands, the labels are called, and begin gathering your flow on a monthly basis and creating ceremony around that time and space in your life, and rest during that time where you are, the body is giving away this sacred flow of life. And if you're interested in more information on working with your flow and creating ceremony, let me know, because it was something I was guided to do. Unfortunately, I am no longer in that phase of my life, and I will say that I miss it because I had quite a loving relationship with my moon flow for the last 20 years or so, as opposed to that love-hate relationship in early maidenhood. And so if that is something that you would be interested in learning more about, let me know, and I will share some guidance and information and the things that I personally did to really empower myself through the energy of the 13 moon cycles in our physical life. So that is day 4 of what's in our spiritual toolbox. If you are connecting with this around the time it is released, we have our beautiful full moon in Virgo in our night sky on the 24th of February, and we're already feeling the effects of it. This will be released on the 24th. It's being recorded on the 23rd, but we've been feeling the effects of this waxing to fullness moon for some days now, and we will feel them for the days following. So I guess that's another important thing to note here, is that we don't, just because the moon is full on the 24th of February at 7:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, doesn't mean that that's the only time that we feel this energy, this supportive energy of the moon. We often feel it for a few days leading up and a few days after. So it's almost like a week that we're in these energies. We're swimming and playing in these energies. And so it's really important to work with them and to know that it's not just like, oh, well, the moon was full at 7:30. It's now 8:30. I've missed it. You haven't missed it. And you can still definitely, with intention and with consciousness, work with the energy of the moon, as well as the astrological, the zodiac sign that it is within. So, anyways, I trust that something here will be of support to you and you'll have found something here interesting. Please do drop a comment down below. Let me know. Your feedback really supports my inspiration and my motivation to continue to share these unique and interesting to some thoughts and feelings and inner knowings and the wisdom that I hold within my heart through my personal experience, as well as that which is innate. So, with without any more delay, I'm going to say, I see you, I feel you, I love you. I'm looking forward to connecting with you tomorrow. Not sure what we're going to be um, playing with tomorrow, but it could be the archangels. So until next time, everyone, take good care of yourself and may you receive the blessings of connection with the lunar cycles in your personal life and within this planetary experience. So until next time, take good care.